The other day, we were treated to a brand new Star Wars Jedi Survivor story trailer which gave us lots more insight into where we'll be going and what could be happening in the game when we get it in April. Now I have done a full trailer breakdown video, so I do recommend checking that one out if you haven't already, but in this video I'll be going over 5 things you may have missed, because I know I certainly did during my initial coverage on it. Now before I jump into it, if you want to stay up to date with all things Star Wars Jedi Survivor and Star Wars gaming in general, then do make sure you are subscribed to the channel. So around the 22-second mark in the trailer, we see Cal on Coruscant with a bunch of people in some pretty cool blue and yellow armour. Now I thought I recognised it a bit when I first saw it, but it wasn't until Lunar Squadron pointed it out on Twitter that I realised that it's the same armour as the Coruscant Underworld police armour that we see in the Clone Wars animated TV show. So these people are either Coruscant police standing up against the Empire, or they're a resistance group who just happen to be wearing the same armour. Regardless, it's really cool to see, and I cannot wait to see the armour in person in a photorealistic setting. In the very same second, and for only about 4 frames of the trailer, we can actually see the 9th Sister Inquisitor making her return, likely to capture Cal. This was originally found by this Reddit user, and since then people are going crazy talking about it. Now I've been saying for months now, and I even did a video on it back in January or February talking about my expectations for the 9th Sister returning, because we never actually saw her die in Fallen Order, and the data log on her alluded to her surviving anyway, so it's really cool to see her come back, and I cannot wait to see what she has to say to Cal when she sees him. At the 1 minute mark, we then get to see what is likely the game's main villain, and like many others, I've been speculating for a while now that he is a Jedi from the High Republic era due to his golden Jedi-like robes. Well, thanks to this shot here at the 1 minute and 1 second mark, we can actually see the High Republic crest on this character's tunic as well as a lightsaber, so I think this very much proves what many of us have been speculating, which is awesome to see. As someone who is really enjoying what I've read so far about the High Republic, I really cannot wait to see what this person's story actually is. Now this next one is a bit less obvious to spot, but at the 1 minute and 15 second mark, it appears as though Cal has been captured and is on board a Coruscant gunship, and I think this links to the very first trailer we got for this game at Star Wars Celebration last year, where we see a Powin senator have Cal's lightsaber given to him in a box. I would therefore imagine that the 9th Sister was successful in capturing Cal, and clearly the Empire have other intentions for him besides killing him. Finally, at the 1 minute and 28 second mark, you'll see that Cal is in the air fighting an Imperial rocket trooper. Now the interesting thing about this is that this is the design of the rocket trooper that was originally used in Star Wars Battlefront 2, and everyone complained about it because of how wrong it actually was, because this is actually how they're supposed to look, which is in Star Wars Rebels. Battlefront 2 did later update these skins but kept the original model in the game, so Respawn did have access to this new model, so it's definitely odd to me as to why they didn't use it, but my brother had a really good idea and said that perhaps this could be the Phase 1 of the rocket troopers, and the ones we see in Star Wars Rebels and later in Battlefront 2 is essentially the Phase 1 rocket trooper, which then technically rectifies the mistake made in Battlefront 2. Now I actually really like that theory and I really hope it's true, but we will just have to wait and see, because this model could just be a bit of a placeholder for the actual design for some bizarre reason, but I am excited to find out more. I think it's safe to say that this Jedi Survivor trailer has easily been the one to get me the most excited for the game, and I seriously cannot wait to play it in 5.5 weeks time. Now like I said earlier, if you do want to see more Jedi Survivor content from me and Star Wars gaming in general, then do make sure you are subscribed to the channel to stay up to date. That is it from me today though, thank you all very much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.